อาชีพเชฟเชื่อว่าหลายๆคนก็คงจะรู้จักกันพอสมควรซึ่งในปัจจุบันสายอาชีพนี้นับว่ามีภาพลักษณ์ที่ดีและมีรายได้สูงเป็นแรงบันดาลใจที่ทำให้ใครหลายๆคนใฝ่ฝันถึงแต่อาชีพเชฟจริงๆเชื่อว่าน้อยคนที่จะเข้าใจอย่างลึกซึ้งเพราะคนส่วนมากมักคิดว่าเชฟคือคนทำอาหารแต่จะมีใครรู้หรือไม่ว่าจริงๆแล้วอาชีพเชฟแตกต่างจากกุ๊กและหน้าที่ที่ต้องรับผิดชอบก็ต่างกันด้วยเชฟจะมีหน้าที่บริหารครัวมากกว่าปรุงอาหารซึ่งเป็นหน้าที่หลักของกุ๊กโดยภาระหน้าที่หลักของเชฟคือวางแผนบริหารจัดการเกี่ยวกับการเตรียมและปรุงอาหารและอาชีพเชฟในครัวใหญ่ๆของโรงแรมหรือภัตตาคารนั้นก็จะมีหลายตำแหน่งด้วยกันเช่น Head Chef หรือ Executive Chef คือหัวหน้าเชฟที่มีหน้าที่หลักคือควบคุมดูแลความเรียบร้อยของการทำอาหารไปจนถึงการออกอาหารรวมถึงการทำงานของทุกคนในครัวSecond Chef หรือ Sous Chef เป็นตำแหน่งรองลงมาจากหัวหน้าเชฟหน้าที่หลักคือเป็นผู้ช่วยเชฟใหญ่ในการทำงานอาจจะรับผิดชอบเป็นแผนกไป Demi Chef รองหัวหน้าเชฟที่ในแต่ละแผนกอาจจะมีรองหัวหน้าเชฟอยู่หลายคน Commis Chef เป็นตำแหน่งแรกเริ่มสำหรับอาชีพเชฟมีหน้าที่ช่วยงานต่างๆแต่ไม่จำเป็นต้องมีความชำนาญอะไรเป็นพิเศษก็ได้เชฟเดปาตีหรือ Section Chef เป็นตำแหน่งที่ค่อนข้างเฉพาะทางที่มีในห้องอาหารหรือภัตตาคารขนาดใหญ่ที่ต้องมีคนดูแลแผนกย่อยลงไปเช่นแผนกเตรียมผักแผนกอบขนมแผนกย่างเป็นต้นเรียกว่าผู้ที่จะเป็นเชฟได้ต้องมีความรับผิดชอบสูงต้องรู้เรื่องการบริหารจัดการและทำงานภายใต้ภาวะกดดันได้อย่างดีสำหรับคนที่คิดว่าตนเองสนใจและอยากทำงานที่ท้าทายนี้นอกจากรักการทำอาหารแล้วจำเป็นต้องมีคุณสมบัติส่วนตัวที่สำคัญอื่นๆประกอบด้วยนั่นคือต้องเป็นคนที่รักความสะอาดสามารถจัดสรรเวลาได้เป็นอย่างดีมีความอดทนรู้จักการสื่อสารมีไหวพริบมีความคิดสร้างสรรค์และสามารถทำงานภายใต้ความกดดันได้ดี RSU Chef School จึงเป็นอีกหนึ่งหลักสูตรของวิทยาลัยการท่องเที่ยวและการบริการมหาวิทยาลัยรังสิตที่ถูกพัฒนาให้ผู้เรียนมีคุณลักษณะและสมรรถนะตรงตามความต้องการของตลาดแรงงานในอุตสาหกรรมการท่องเที่ยวและอุตสาหกรรมการบริการทั้งในระดับประเทศภูมิภาคและนานาชาติโดยเฉพาะอย่างยิ่งในกลุ่มภูมิภาคอาเซียนส่งเสริมการยกระดับอุตสาหกรรมอาหารและเครื่องดื่มของชาติให้ทัดเทียมกับมาตรฐานสากลในแนวทางการพัฒนาอย่างยั่งยืนผ่านการพัฒนาคุณภาพบุคลากรและการบริการวิชาการและสังคมส่งเสริมให้เกิดเครือข่ายความร่วมมือระหว่างสถาบันการศึกษาหน่วยงานภาครัฐองค์กรระหว่างประเทศและหน่วยงานภาคเอกชนในการจัดการเรียนการสอนการบริการวิชาการและการวิจัยวันนี้รายการ Education Today ได้รับเกียรติจากแขกรับเชิญคนพิเศษมิสเตอร์พอล พาโบเจียน Executive Chef จากโรงแรม Sheraton New Orleans Louisiana สหรัฐอเมริกามาให้ความรู้แก่นักศึกษาสาขาเชฟวิทยาลัยการท่องเที่ยวและการบริการมหาวิทยาลัยรังสิตเพื่อเป็นการเตรียมความพร้อมให้กับนักศึกษาที่กำลังศึกษาทางสาขาเชฟหรือผู้ที่มีความสนใจอยากหาประสบการณ์การทำงานที่ประเทศสหรัฐอเมริกาว่าทำอย่างไรจึงจะไปฝึกปฏิบัติงานในโรงแรม5 ดาวที่สหรัฐอเมริกาได้ไปติดตามชมกันค่ะ
Thank you very, very, very much for inviting me to speak on behalf of our hotels and all of our brands within our company. We have a great relationship with IEO that brings people like yourselves to the United States to work within our properties. And the experience and the exposure that the students receive when they come to the United States is very exceptional. We have a one-year program that allows all the students to see all the facets within our kitchen. And because we have multi-branded properties within our region, it allows different types of opportunities within the culinary program as well. So we have everything from Le Méridien, the Sheraton, the Marriott across the street, the W Hotel. Our hotels are 30 brands strong within the country, within the world actually. We're almost 7,000 hotels across the globe. And so the great thing within New Orleans and our hotel itself is that we're such a large hotel that we have the opportunity to show our students many different things within the hotel. There's three categories where we move them through. We move them through the restaurant, which they do a cold station and a hot station. We move them through banquets, which is a cold station and a hot station, and very large quantity cooking. The experience that they get is to work with English-speaking chefs that are universal. And you can see where I'm from. I'm not from the United States. Yeah, I'm from Toronto, Canada. But because I've worked with the company for such a long time, and I've worked with other companies as well that allow you to travel throughout and experience different things, from St. Moritz in Switzerland, Milan in Italy, the Caribbean. And so what happens is we have kitchens full of different chefs from all over the world that have the opportunity to teach different types of cuisine. And the great thing with the program from IEO that sends the students from Thailand to us, we're allowed to integrate Thai food and flavors with the flavors from New Orleans. And so it's a really great experience for not only our associates and our chefs, but the students that come. And the biggest win that we have is for our guests that come to our hotel and get this wonderful experience of Thai fusion in American food. We also do some great things with our associates that come from away from Thailand. The ones that come from Thailand, we do cultural events where they actually take over our associate cafeteria. And we do a Thai day where they create the menus, they write the recipes, they cost the recipes, and then what we do is we expose the food to all of our associates within our hotel, and it gets a really nice, it makes our students feel very proud that they're standing behind the food that they're cooking. What is it that you really, really want to know about the program before I finish today? Is there anything that you really, really want to understand that you would like for me to touch on before I leave today? Does anybody? So our program is 1 year, and in the 1 year, there's 4 rotations. And the 4 rotations allow you to go through different areas of the kitchen and work with different people within the kitchen. So it also exposes you to different types of cuisine. The other thing that we do is that when we have different associates, such as yourselves coming from Thailand, sometimes one person emerges as being very confident in their abilities to speak English, very confident in their abilities to cook. And what we are looking to do going forward is to enhance the program to allow you to join me for certain types of meetings that I go to. So for financial meetings, where maybe your goal is when you come back to Thailand is to open your own business. And so my role or my goal would be to assist you with understanding what a profit and loss statement means at the end of each month. So we would sit down and we would look at all the numbers. Were we successful in how we managed our payroll? Were we successful in how we managed our food cost? It also has to line up with what we do is called a guest satisfaction survey. Each guest that walks into our hotel has the ability to say, I went to your restaurant yesterday and I thought that the food was maybe too cold and I didn't like it. So then we get together as a group and we decide how we make it better. And so what we want to do is we want to bring the students into a platform that perhaps you would not get a chance to do until later on in your career as you grow up into an executive chef role. What we want to do is we want to bring you beside me so that when we're sitting in those meetings and you finish the program, you have the understanding of an executive chef, and then as time progresses, your experience and your practice to learn and understand becomes greater. I'll introduce challenging conversations as to how we deal with perhaps things that go wrong within our kitchen. How do we talk to associates to make sure that we improve the future of our kitchen? it seems that our profession is moving very fast. There's a lot of different types of cuisine now, and people are getting really, really creative. And since I've been here in Thailand, I've seen some very amazing things. Yesterday we had a tasting, and some students made some food for me. And I tell you, if the level of cuisine at this school, which I believe it is by just simply walking up the stairs and seeing how beautiful everything is here, my feeling is that your level of teaching and education is very high. What we like to do too is we like to inspire people to create different things within our program as well. Our students have the opportunity. I like to call it a competition. It's not really a competition. But what we do is we bring our students from Thailand together, and we give them an opportunity to cook for either our executive team, or sometimes we have visitors that come to the hotel that are very special to us. And so they have the opportunity to create a menu that we serve to our special guests. When I taste something or I hear from the people that are eating the food that it was the best thing they've ever eaten, what we try and do is we try and take those items from our students and put them on the menu and give them recognition for what they're doing within the United States. As far as compensation goes, we pay our students $12 an hour, 12 US dollars an hour, to work within our hotel.
How many hours a day?
So we try and max it out at 10 hours a day. It's between 8 to 12. On average, I would say it's 10. And I think at your level, and I remember being a student, and I remember when I left school to go work in the field, it's very difficult when you think about how long it takes to get to a certain level. But I have to say that compensation for hard work always pays off. You work hard and you get rewarded. And not only do you get rewarded in our hotel financially, but you get rewarded through recognition. If a guest comes in the door and you've cooked them something and they loved it and they mention your name on a guest comment card, we have a program inside the hotel that also recognizes you and then rewards you. So there's opportunity to develop yourself as an individual by performing at a very high level. English is extremely important to be able to have dialogue not only with the guests, but is very essential to the learning inside the kitchens to make sure that our associates and you are able to understand the direction and the goal that we're trying to achieve within our kitchen. We have, like I said, multifaceted hotels. In our hotel, we have just over 1,100 rooms, 1,100. And we have over 110,000 square feet of meeting space, which allows us to do very, very large quantity cooking. So when I return back to the United States, the week after I return, we have one group of 1,600 people that we will do breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a few days, which if anybody has ever cooked for that many people, it can be very demanding for 3 or 4 days in a row. So those are the times where we will work 12 hours a day to make sure that all the guests are happy. When we say goodbye to them, then what I like to do is I want to make sure that my team gets a rest before the next time around. So we try and work between 5 to 7 days in a row, but then we try and give 2 days off all the time. And that's just the way I like to perform, because I think it's really important that everyone also has a chance to go out into the city when they come to visit New Orleans or when they come to visit one of our properties. It's really important that you understand what's happening around. When I come to Thailand, I don't want to eat American food. I don't want to eat Canadian food. I want to experience the culture. And so far, the food that I've had is amazing, and I'm going to go back to my country and I'm going to make some of the food that I've tried here. And so the experience is for you as well when you come to experience what we have to offer and to taste all the food. And when you come back here, again, if you want to open your own business, it doesn't necessarily need to be a Thai business. It could be a Thai business with influences from America that you maybe take the expats and you take all their money and you put it in your pocket, which is a good thing. Well, and I think that's the relationship between IEO and your university, I think, is spectacular because what we get a sense of the education that this university brings to the students and brings with them and the seriousness that you have with your career. For you to make a decision to travel 20 hours by plane to come to the United States and be away from your family for 1 year is a huge commitment. It must hurt here. It must hurt here when you're away from your mother and your father. But you also have to understand that if you look at it in the right context, your world is going to open up to you when you return. There's so much opportunity when you finish. And the examples that I like to use are the people that come and work for us, that are training with us, that are learning with us from the program. So far, what makes me happy is when they come back, they get jobs as sous chefs. They get jobs as chef de cuisine. They get jobs in leadership roles that allow them to, when they return back, to get paid more even when they come back here. And it's not always about fulfilling your bank account. It's also about fulfilling your desire and your passion for what you do. And I think everybody in this room that is in this program wants a higher role. I assume you have a goal that you've set for yourself and you want to achieve the goal. If you don't, make one, because it's really important that you have something that you're shooting for that allows you to climb the ladder to get to where you need to go. I remember when I was growing up in your field, all I did was apply for all the best restaurants that I could find, all the best hotels that I could find. So when I wanted to go to Switzerland, I went and researched where do people talk about going to eat in Switzerland. And I found a place called the Palace. And I walked into the Palace and I thought, wow, this is amazing. And the food that we did was beyond anything I've ever seen. And so I took that and I put it in my toolkit. I went to Italy and I went to the best restaurants and hotels in Italy. And when I learned from people, I didn't speak the language when I went to Italy. So similar to maybe what you're going to experience, it was very frustrating at the beginning, but I started to learn a little bit of the language. But I also learned from watching people do things like you do with your professors and your teachers. When they're up here and you see what they're doing, it's really important to pay attention. When you follow somebody that's really good at what they do, you become really good at what you do when you practice. So what we want to do when you come is to showcase the talent that we have in our kitchens as well. And so you have the Sheraton Hotel, which I think everyone who knows the Sheraton brand in Bangkok knows the caliber that the food represents. We also have the W, which is a different experience of food. It's a smaller scale, and it allows for a little bit more detail. The program now, as we look forward to what we're doing in the future, Tom has spoke about maybe the opportunities of allowing us to work 6 months at the W and 6 months at the Sheraton. And so imagine now you're opening doors to multi-brands and understanding maybe I like a smaller brand better than a really big hotel. Or maybe I really like a big hotel because I want to be a big boss of a 3,000 room hotel. And you got to, so in order to do that, you have to start 200 rooms, 500 rooms, 750 rooms, 1,000 rooms, and you build your repertoire, you build your experience to get to the top. What I find when students come to the United States that don't have a good understanding of the English language, they get frustrated really fast. And it's difficult because we don't have the skill to be able to speak Thai. So it's very hard to be able to make the communication. And most of the students that are coming are young and maybe the first time away from home. So there's the added pressures that go along with it that are unfamiliar. What I have to say, since I've been part of the program with Lindley and IEO, the relationships that I've built with the students, I will take with me forever. I've landed in Thailand. I've only been here 3 days now, and my phone is going crazy from all the J1s that have returned back to Thailand. All the students that have returned want to get together and talk with me and share with me their experiences and what they're doing. So one girl just messaged me last night. She's in the midst of signing a contract in Phuket. Another gentleman is in Pattaya as a sous chef that wants to get together, and we're going to Pattaya on Tuesday, and we're going to go and visit him and eat all his great food. And so I can't meet everybody when I'm here, but I have to tell you, they have become such a wonderful part of my family now that I will take them forever in my heart. And I believe that the same has happened with them and my team. It's about treating people with respect. It's about doing the right thing. All the things that Thailand represents, I think, was really good for my kitchen because the students brought something new. They brought something new from here and from here. And I have to say that some of the Thai students that have come to my kitchen, I would build a team with those individuals and say that they were some of the strongest that have ever worked for me in my career. And I've been working in this business for almost 32 years. So that's a really big statement to make because I've worked for some amazing chefs. And I believe that if the talent at this level is as high as I've seen so far, I can't imagine what you're going to do in 5 to 10 years from now. I can't imagine how successful you're all going to be. So my gratitude to build the relationship with the university, I am so excited to see where we go and how far we can take it and how big we can grow it. And I'm excited to share the information with the chefs when I go back to the region. So taking care of all the hotels in New Orleans and helping them recruit, I'm going to share this experience that has really filled my heart today. So thank you very, very much for the opportunity. I really, really appreciate it. So there's 2 assessments. One is done by the student and one is done by us. And so above and beyond that as well, I do one every 3 months. So there's 4 rotations inside the year. Every 3 months at your station, we do an evaluation of performance, attendance. We talk about successes. We talk about opportunities. We talk about perhaps how the student is feeling in maybe what we have neglected in what their expectation was. And then we sort of align ourselves for the next 3 months, and then we do the same thing. So hot and cold kitchen are 2 different facets, and hot and cold kitchen in the restaurant versus hot and cold kitchen in banquets are again 2 different facets. So what we want to make sure is that we're understanding the needs of the student, that we're touching on all those points, that we're allowing them to leave the program with as much or more than their expectation was coming back to Thailand.
รายการ Education Today หมดเวลาลงแล้วมาพบกันใหม่ในสัปดาห์หน้าทุกวันเสาร์เวลา 10:00 นถึง 10:30 นทางสถานีโทรทัศน์ News 1 และนี่คืออีกหนึ่งรายการคุณภาพจาก RSU Wisdom TV ทีวีแห่งมหาวิทยาลัยรังสิต